All right, today we're going to crack open the Python string toolbox. We're going to build it together from the ground up so you can handle any kind of text with total confidence. So here's the plan. We'll start with the absolute basics. What is a string? Then we'll see how to peek inside and grab characters, talk about a super important rule called immutability, check out some common tools or methods, and then finally put it all together. Okay, let's dive right in. Before we can start building, we gotta know what we're working with, right? So let's lay the foundation. What exactly is a string in the Python universe? It's actually pretty simple. A string is just a sequence of characters. Seriously, anything you can type on your keyboard, letters, numbers, symbols, even spaces, can be bundled up inside quotes to make a string. It's basically Python's way of handling text. And making them is super flexible. You can use single quotes, you can use double quotes. Python really doesn't care. But here's a pro tip. For text that spans multiple lines, just wrap it all in triple quotes. It's a lifesaver, and it keeps all your line breaks exactly as they are. Okay, so we've got our string. Now what? How do we actually get at the individual characters tucked away inside? Well, that's where something called indexing comes into play. I want you to think of a string like a row of mailboxes. It's a perfect analogy. Every single character has its own little box, and each box has a number on it, its index. That number is how you find exactly what you're looking for. Now, this is where things get really cool. Python gives you two ways to find these mailboxes. On the left, you see the normal way, positive indexing. You just start counting from 0 at the beginning. Simple enough. But check out the right side. This is the game changer. It's called negative indexing, and it starts from the end with -1. This is so useful. Need the last character? It's always -1. No more calculating the length of the string first. It's just, bam, there it is. And here's exactly what that looks like in code. See? Index 0 gives you that first G. And index -1, that's our slick shortcut to grab the very last character, the S. Super clean. But, what if you want more than just one character? What if you want a whole word or a phrase from the middle? For that, we need a bigger tool. We need slicing. It's how you pull out an entire chunk of a string. And wow, look at how versatile this is. You can grab a slice from the middle, like eek. You can leave out the first number to start from the very beginning, or leave out the last number to go all the way to the end. And my absolute favorite trick, the one you'll use all the time once you know it, that weird-looking slice notation. That little slice notation, it instantly reverses the entire string. How cool is that? Okay, let's pause for a second and talk about what I think is the single most important rule for strings. I call it the golden rule. If you can really get this concept down, it's going to save you so much confusion later on. So that brings up a really important question. You've got your string. Can you just reach in and change one of the characters? Can you edit it? And the answer is a hard no. You can't. Strings in Python are what we call immutable. Think of it like writing something in permanent marker. Once it's there, it's there. You can't just erase one letter. The content is locked in. So you're probably thinking, well, how do I fix a typo then? And this is the key. You don't change the old string. You build a brand new one. Look at the example. We're taking a new capital G and we're sticking it onto a slice of the rest of the old string. We're building a totally new string and then just pointing our variable at that new one. All right, enough with the rules. Let's get to the really fun stuff, the power tools. Python comes with a bunch of built-in functions, which we call methods, that make working with strings an absolute breeze. We're just going to add a few of the most useful ones to our toolbox for now. We've got len to get the length, upper and lower for changing the case, strip for cleaning up white space, and replace for swapping out bits of text. And this table just shows you how simple they are to use. Len tells you how many characters are in there, upper and lower do exactly what you'd expect, and replace lets you find and replace a substring. But notice something. Each one of these creates a new string. They don't change the original. That's our old friend immutability at work again. Okay, we've got the basics down, we've got our power tools. Now let's put it all together. How do we combine strings and, more importantly, how do we put dynamic data inside them? This part is super intuitive. Want to join strings? Just use the plus sign. We call that concatenation. Want to repeat a string a few times? Just use the multiplication sign. Easy as that. But when you need to actually stick a variable inside some text, there is one method that is king. F strings. Seriously, they are the modern, the cleanest, and honestly, the best way to format strings in Python today. And just look at how simple and readable this is. You just pop an F right before the first quote mark, then anywhere you want to insert a variable, you just put it inside a set of curly braces. That's it. It's so clean and so much easier to read than the old ways of doing it. And for our last tool in the box today, we have the in keyword. This is your quick and dirty way to check if a piece of text exists inside a bigger string. It doesn't tell you where it is, it just gives you a straight-up simple answer, true or false. And that's a wrap. We've gone from what a string is to how to index and slice it. We've learned the golden rule of immutability, and we've filled our toolbox with some really powerful methods and formatting tricks. You've got the essential building blocks now for working with any text in Python. So I'll leave you with this question. What are you going to build with them?